part 2 of packing for home. I rotated the camera just slightly to try to get me in the camera a little bit better as I stand over here. But yeah, this semester's been kind of the semester from hell, and I'm sure as hell glad it's over tomorrow. I can't wait to be free for a few weeks and to actually have some time off to just relax and not have anything hanging over my head. Because, I mean, you know how it is when you're in school, even when it's the weekend or even when you're off for a holiday, you still have assignments due that are coming up, tests that are coming up. So even though you're off and you're relaxing, your mind is never at ease because there's always something you have to do that you're concerned about getting done. Really, the only time your mind is at ease in school is when you're off between semesters because you don't have anything pending schoolwork-wise, and it's nice to know that. So I'm really looking forward to this time to go back and do things that I really enjoyed, that I was having fun doing over the summer. You know, like Brandon and I had this thing where we would stream games on Twitch and watch the other person play it. And that was a lot of fun. And obviously, now I can get back to doing the YouTube channel. We went through that whole mess with the PS4 and up and down as to I'm going to record gameplay, I'm not going to record gameplay, I'm going to wait for the patch, I'm not. Oh, I bought this splitter from Seawell, it's going to work, I get it in, oh no, it doesn't work. I have to send it back. So now I am going to wait for the patch, but maybe I'll just get the HDMI DVI splitter. And then ultimately, thanks to somebody informing me, I actually found an HDMI splitter that does work in the Ori splitter, which I've tested and confirmed it works, and obviously made a video confirming that. So it's all set now that I can actually record PS4 gameplay, which is sweet. And now that I have the time coming up, I'm going to be able to do it. So, and I've already said, you know, that the first playthrough is going to be Assassin's Creed 4. It should be a lot of fun. There's going to be Battlefield multiplayer, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting back on the channel, doing gameplay again. You know, this break is going to be really good for me. And even though I do have to have another what hopes to be a minor oral surgery procedure again. Hopefully that, like I said, that's not going to be a huge thing. It wasn't a huge thing the last procedure I had done, so I don't think this is going to be a big deal. It's something I got to get, you know, that I've been dealing with for years and I need to get done. Other than that, it's going to be a really good welcome break for me. And the good news I did have to share with you guys about this whole semester is that I was called and informed that I was granted an interview at the school in New Orleans for pharmacy. So I've more or less passed the first cut and been called in for an interview, which means they're taking me seriously. And, you know, that interview is actually on Tuesday. So I'll be going in there, doing my interview, and then my application process is basically finished. Then it's just waiting for either you got in or you didn't. And obviously I'll go from there. So you can take that to all the people who keep commenting on certain DSP videos telling me that, you know, obviously I have no life and I'm not doing anything productive with my life. Well, I have an interview on Tuesday to go into pharmacy school, which is probably a lot more than most of you who are commenting are doing currently. So yeah, that's really awesome information and news. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, it's just been, like I said, ever since last semester, I did this last packing for home, there's been a lot of stuff going on between the trip, I just turned that inside out, between the trips and school and all that kind of stuff. You know, I guess now it is as good a time as any to address the whole DSP situation, because that was arguably one of the biggest occurrences on my YouTube channel recently. I think obviously the Brandon trip was #1, but yeah. So I mean, listen, the people who were there with me before that whole debacle, you more or less know what happened. It was just something that I did. The video, I made the video obviously back in March. which was like a reflection video. It was, you know, my honest and thorough thoughts on DSP 2 years later. Looking back at the video I had made in 2011 where I supported Phil, I was a very big fan of him. In a way, I guess you could say I was kind of blinded, like a lot of his fans are now, to the fact that he just wasn't a good person, and the fact that he was just really terrible at video games and represented gaming in a horrible way. And I was kind of blinded by that. You know, I found his stuff entertaining, funny, obviously inspired me to make my own channel, and for years, you know, the first couple of years of me being on YouTube, I was a very big supporter of Phil and used to, you know, not really quote him, but you know what I mean, talk about his videos a lot in my videos, and I was one of, like, I was a DSP fan, man. I was all about it, and loved it, loved everything he was doing, and, you know, over time, like a lot of other people, I kept watching his content and kept watching his content, and the more I watched it into this year, the more and more I was bothered by the stuff he was saying, the way he was acting, you know, the way he was reacting when he played games, and over time, turn inside out again. Over time, it just, you know, it got worse and worse and worse. Maybe it didn't get worse, maybe I just started noticing it. But I noticed it, and I started to notice that he wasn't really a nice dude, and that he was being very rude, very mean to people on a regular basis. He was, you know, every game he played, he was terrible at it, and he would cry and moan and complain like a child, even though he's 30-something years old. And, oh, the game sucks, blame the developers, they're stupid, they don't know what they're doing, you know. How was I supposed to know to do this really obvious thing that anybody who played this game would know how to do except me? And yeah, I pretty much just started noticing all the trends that everybody's been criticizing him for. And I made that video in March where I was like, hey, you know what? I'm still a fan of him. I still watch his stuff, but you know what? I've been noticing some things he's doing that I don't really approve of. Of course, that video didn't blow up the way that my later videos would, and that was kind of the reaction I anticipated. A few hundred people who watched it at the time. You know, it was the complete reaction I thought, where just my subscribers would watch it and that was the end of it. Never turned into a big deal. It was just me doing what I always do, speaking my mind on things, and it was that. Moved on, never thought about it again. And then over the summer, I kept watching Phil, kept getting worse, kept getting more angry and more pissed off at the way he was treating people. And you know, yeah, it angered me and pissed me off because I was a fan of this guy. And I was angry and pissed off because he was making it to where I couldn't enjoy his content anymore. I couldn't be his fan anymore, even though, you know, I had gotten so much entertainment in the past out of him, and had been basically one of my sole sources of entertainment because I never really watched TV other than sports. And so, yeah, it was pissing me off because I was like, here's a guy that I really liked. I have a freaking t-shirt from him. I made a video supporting him, telling everybody to back off of him, that, you know, leave him alone, and now he's being an asshole. And it made me angry, and it still makes me angry that I supported this guy and he's going to treat people the way that he treats them. And I got fed up, you know, and I saw that Twitter rant he went on about Minecraft and all that stuff. No one told me about that. I saw that completely by myself, and it pissed me off, like it pissed off a lot of people when they saw it. And so I said, you know what, that's the last straw. I said in March that I don't like the way this is going, and if it continues this way, I'm done with it. And that was it. That was the straw that broke my back, and I said, I'm done with it. So what did I do? I made a video. The same way I had always made videos. Saying what I wanted to say, saying why I owned sub. And yeah, it was a big deal for me to say that on this channel, because this channel had been so DSP centric. It had been all about DSP. It had been support DSP. I talked about him all the time. He was the reason that this channel was born. So yeah, it was a big deal. You know, a lot of people that were subscribers of mine were subscribers of Phil's and found me through that, through various, means. And so yeah, I thought it would be something that was a really big deal that my subscriber base would like to know. Why all of a sudden, not really all of a sudden, but why somebody who used to idolize Phil and talk about him all the time on my channel, why now it got so bad to the point where I had to unsubscribe and not even watch him anymore. So that's why I made the video, was to tell my subscribers why I unsubscribed. And then that's when, and I expected the same reaction I had gotten from the past video, the one I made in March, where only a couple hundred people watched it, which were my subs, and that was the end of the conversation. But as we all know, that's when the craziness started, and that is not the reaction I got. And I'm going to say this up front and say it now. I have absolutely no idea why or how this video got this popular, got this many views. I can honestly tell you from the bottom of my heart, I did no self-promotion of this video whatsoever. And the only thing I did with this video was make the video and upload it to my YouTube channel. That is all I did. I didn't send it to anybody. I did not post it anywhere. I didn't do any of that. All I did was the same thing I've done with every video I've ever made. Upload it and leave it. Because believe me, if I knew a way of, hey, I can just promote this video and get 40,000 views on every video, I would have done it and I would have that many views on every video. But I don't know how to do that, and I'm not going to do it. But somehow, some way, this video went basically viral in the DSP community. It got an insane amount of views. Now, to this day, it's up over 40,000 views, which is just an insane amount of views. It has more views than almost all of the other videos out there criticizing Phil, the big ones. It's got, last time I checked at least, it had more views than the Mighty Furtado's videos about the computer. It had more views. At most of the times that I checked, the only videos that have more views than that video, the why I unsubscribed from DSP Gaming video, has been the videos made by Evil AJ. About this is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid and such. Other than that, my video trumps almost every other person's views when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't know how that happened. All of a sudden I'm checking one day and when you type DSP Gaming, my video comes up as one of the first things you see. Why the hell is this thing so heavy? And, what the fuck? What do I have up here? It's so damn heavy. It's not in that pocket. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe this bag is just that heavy. Anyway, yeah, it just got an insane amount of views. And all of a sudden, here I was, right, thrown into the middle of this craziness. So my camera's out of battery on this one. I'm going to switch to a new battery and a new video, and I'll be right back.